Namaskar. Apologies for the slightly delayed start. Just as we were getting ready, we got news along with all the details on what Trump has announced as new tariffs across the board for all the countries. I will just tell you the big numbers. The minimum is 10%. Everybody, the lowest number is 10%. So everybody will be probably affected. Then there are also other countries such as Mexico, Canada, and China, which are having a much higher rate. But I thought it's important to share with you all the numbers, including what is being discussed for India. Although in India's case, I think there is a free trade agreement that's almost signed with United States, and it might even kick in as soon as probably this week. In that case, there will be again a certain amount of renegotiations. Also, Canada just moments ago said that they are removing all tariffs on United States. So they basically were trying to cover the reciprocal tariffs terms. So we have to wait and see how Trump reacts to these two countries. Both are big countries. That's just what I have. But I'm going to share with you a whole bunch of information about the tariffs that are going to impact various countries. Now, just a small request to all of you to please like this video, and then after that we'll talk about Elon Musk, his agreement with the government as to how long he would like to stay and whether he's going to stay on beyond that or not. All that stuff, discussions, we will talk about that also. First, please like this video, and I'm going to bring up a small deck to share with you so I can show you the numbers that we are looking at in terms of tariffs. So, Peru. I just want to come in closer to see what the thing is. There are two things here. What he has done is, the first column is tariffs charged to the United States, that is from that country, and USA's discounted reciprocal tariff, that is what US is going to charge that country. In the case of Peru, you can see that it is 10%, 10%. But look at Nicaragua. They are charging 36%, but US is charging only 18%. Norway, 30%, but only 15%. Costa Rica, 17%, but US charges 10%. As you come down this, you can see various countries. Let's look at Myanmar, which is our neighbor, 88% to 44%. So even here, he is not charging like for like. He's only doing half of that, which is, I think, a good starting point. Jordan charges 40% for its export to the United States, and US is only charging 20%. Now let's move down. New Zealand, 20 and 10. And then let's take a look at Nicaragua. We talked about it. Let's go to the next one. Algeria, you're seeing 59 to 30. So you can see a fair amount of numbering that we can see. Now, Qatar is 10 and 10, Mauritius 80 and 40. I think India has come in. I'm not sure if I got that or not, but what I'm hearing about India is it's 26%. Anyway, so let's take a quick look and look at some of the other important countries. Nepal, 10% and 10%, and so on. So you get an idea that this is for real. The tariffs have been announced, and I'm actually looking at the stock market to see what kind of an impact it has had on the stocks, because this got announced just moments ago. Interestingly, stocks are up at 235 at the end of the day, but now I'm hearing that stocks are falling after the exchange closed, and I'm just going to try to give you some numbers. Nike, everybody is on the fall, but we don't know the exact damage. I'm just looking quickly at the my phone here to find out what the futures are looking at. Well, a few specific companies have done well, but we'll have to wait and see how much it's going to fall. I think it's about 2.2% or thereabouts. The stock market's going to fall. Again, these are all things that will be settling down in the days and weeks to come. So we'll have to wait and down. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out. There are people joining us from Sydney, Australia. Hello, Anandan. And Vijaykantan Arunachalam says, sir, is Elon stepping down consequent to the Wisconsin SC judge setback? No, it was never a setback. I don't think it was a setback as such. The thing is, Wisconsin has been a solid blue state. It's part of the blue wall. That means that they were Michigan, Wisconsin, these are all supposed to be blue wall, where the Democrats always won. And so sometimes these things happen. There are some questions, but this is the way it is. Sania Joshi says India is 26%. Yes, indeed. And Sushant Bajaj, hello from Philadelphia. Okay, so what happened in the case of Elon Musk? Don't worry about what has been talked about. I remember a month ago he had said that he is going to step down by the 30th of May, because this is like a special employment, special government employee, and that status limits federal service to just 130 days. It doesn't mean that he'll stop cold. It can be extended, but as a normal term, it is 130 days. So what happens usually is they'll bring him back on a separate contract, and that'll again start the 130-day counter from day one, and then another 4 months, another counter, another counter. These kind of things do happen. It's not unusual. So as far as he is concerned, he has his work. I think he has made a lot of progress, and I don't think it has got anything to do with what happened in Wisconsin. They tried hard, but interestingly, we are hearing some murmurings that in many a booth, there weren't enough ballots to cast. Why? Because normally voting percentages have been very low. Maybe the polling booths thought that not many people are going to turn up. This is just a special election. Why would people come up to? I mean, usually special elections get 1/3 the crowd, just to give you some numbers. Even in California, it's very, very low. So they may have thought, the people who are conducting the elections may have thought, well, we don't need to print that many ballots. Why waste money, right? So that's what ended up happening. A lot more people showed up to vote, and this could be a problem. And I think this was paper ballots. It wasn't, EVM machine. See, that's the thing about EVM machines. They can scale. And this is a problem. If you don't have printed ballots, you can't print them like that in the printing booth. Okay, so Politico has put out the story that Musk will step down from his central role within the administration in the coming weeks. But like I said, this is not something that is cast in concrete. There may be a requirement that he needs to stay on for some more time, and then go on to other stuff. By the way, he runs today 6 companies. 6 companies. We have just mentioned 2 there. I'm going to tell you all the things. Tesla, SpaceX, xAI, then another company called X, Twitter, the Boring Company, and Neuralink. And this is in addition to, there are other companies like PayPal, which X.com acquired. And that X.com was actually a single place where you could do social media conversations as well as transactions. And that's something that he's also trying to bring, so that the Twitter, now it got renamed as X, is part of that initiative. So we'll wait and see. He has 6 companies at least very active. So he is not going to have unlimited time to do all the things that he wants to do at the DOGE. So this is something that is normal. I mean, even in X, he's got somebody else as a full-time CEO. That person is, running the business right now. He just gives vision and direction. By the way, one of the things that people have told me who know him personally is that how is it that he's able to run so many companies? Most CEOs, can't manage even one. Well, the story that somebody told me was Elon Musk goes into any meeting and he's able to quickly identify the worst problem that particular company is facing on that day and come up with a solution. This is his, modus operandi, his strength, his ability to focus completely, go into the depth of the problem, get to understand the seriousness of the situation, find a way to solve that problem, all that stuff in a 1-hour meeting. And that's not easy. That's a rare gift that somebody has. So let's appreciate him for that. Let's not worry that he may be there or he may not be there. He could be an advisor, as long as he sets up the vision. And I think they have already done that. How was the vision enacted? Both Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk combined hired the team at DOGE. And who are these people? These are all extremely bright individuals who are able to navigate the cloud behind walls, behind paywalls, behind smoke screens erected from by shell companies, NGOs, what have you. They're able to go and follow the money. That's all that is needed, and they are already publishing all the results on doge.gov. Anytime any of you can go and take a look at doge.gov to find out how much money has been recovered and from where. And so that is the thing. And so I wouldn't worry too much about what happened in Wisconsin. Now, as far as the relationship between Trump and Musk is concerned, I don't think it has ever gone worse than what people make it out to be. He has been very good friends, and come on now, presidents won't get people of the capabilities of Elon Musk willing to spend so much time getting paid nothing. Look at the amount of beating his Tesla stock has taken. Look at the beating the car's image has taken. Many people are afraid to bring out their Teslas on the streets for fear of being vandalized. So he probably might think that, okay, I've had enough now. I'm just going to go back to what I'm good at, that is to run companies. So I'm just telling you a contrarian view here. So like I said, in early February, he had told investors he expected to serve in the White House for about 4 months, according to Charles Gasparino. Charles Gasparino, by the way, is a CNN consultant. He comes on CNN. I think that may be where I saw that news item. And Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, has said that there is no set departure date, reiterating that Musk will stay until his work at DOGE is complete. However, sources close to the administration confirm that May 30th is likely Musk's last day. But be that as it may, the thing that they both put together, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, this is something out of the ordinary. People have never seen something like this. This has also enabled Trump to set the momentum for this term. And I think, like I said, there are talks, there are stories that are coming out. Reliable sources are saying that they have identified close to 1.3 trillion already. What you know in doge or doge.gov is only 180 billion, but the amount has gone up quite a bit. So there will be a dividend for all of us, all taxpayers. So we'll have to wait and see how this plays. So let me see if there's any questions from anyone here. Just one moment. Ask Sree, why did Republicans lose in Wisconsin and some Florida? No, they won in Florida. Wisconsin, I think they lost because this is a, by law, I mean, this has been a traditional blue state, and they did their best. But with all the redistricting and other things that happen, who knows what really happened here. Like I said, people ran out of ballots. Could the people who could not vote have been Republican? So these questions come up. So this is going to go through the courts. Let's wait and see how that goes. Ramchandran says 26% tariff across all industries of India. I don't think so. There are some general things, and they go through specific line by line and item by item. There are things that are going to be made clear in the days and weeks to come. Just hold on, guys. I'll get you all the data. This is something that everybody is aware of. 𝗟𝗡𝗅 says the tariffs will lead to inflation in America and then recession. Well, Gaurav, you have a point. It could lead to inflation. However, it's not the same tariff on every country, right? So supposing X country has a higher tariff and Y country has a lower tariff, and both manufacture the same product, then Y has a better advantage of selling the product in America, right? Unless X does something about it. So what is X going to do? X will be forced to become more efficient so they can match Y. See what I'm saying? So 10% hit for everybody, I agree. But beyond that, I think the system will stabilize itself, and you will see that the hit is not as bad as is being feared. Last one, DG wants to know what to think of Cory Booker speaking for 24 hours. I don't know. I mean, these are all, I have no idea. I don't know what you're talking about. If he was he trying to create a Guinness Book of World Records? I don't know. But this is the gist of it. I think that 10% you have to expect. But beyond that, things will settle down. This is my last word. Hopefully it's not bad, and hopefully it's not wrong. And I will correct myself if I'm proved wrong. because much worse inflation was there in the United States 2 years ago. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.